Welcome in LwCad Old House tutorial. My name is Viktor Veličko, and in this tutorial I will show you how you can easily create a house like this on this picture with latest LwCad 4.5. This tutorial we will have two parts. In this first part we will create only model of the house. I will guide you step by step through each phase of the modeling, and I will be using only LwCad tools. In the second part of this tutorial I'll show you how to add some additional components into this project which will increase the level of realism. So I'll show you how to add grass and these bushes as a LwCad instances, or how to randomize the roof. Final rendering, adjusting surfaces, lighting, and final post-processing of these pictures is work of Boris Goreta, and it will be not covered by this tutorial. So now let's start modeling. As a first step I will create some boundaries for our property. So I will create some 35 to 50 meters lot where we place the building, and with line tool I will also allocate here some space in front of the building, in front of the yard, and with the rectangle tool we can draw some rectangle where we put the building. So it will be 22 to 15 meters building, and I will locate it somewhere here on the back of the yard. Having boundary lines in background layer, we can draw a wall with help of snapping to these boundary lines. In wall tool we can adjust wall directly in the viewport. It's just height or width of the wall. We can set it also to numeric panel, so I will set 30 centimeters of width and 2.8 meters of height. And also each segment we can set distance to numeric panel, so this will be 8 meter segment, this will be 6 meter segment, and also big helper is when we hold Ctrl key on your keyboard, you can restrict the segment angle to 90 degrees. If you need a different angle snapping, you can use angle snap in the snap panel, so you can use 45 degree snapping. So continue now with segments. Distance again is 6 meter, and rest I will just use snapping to boundary line in the background layer. Okay, so now we have the base floor wall, and easily with using floor tool, just you click into top viewport, you can set floor or ceiling, and you can set the offset and thickness of this floor. Offset in this case is 0 and thickness is 300 millimeters. So now we have the base floor wall with ceiling. In next step we can add some windows on this wall using window tool. It has been updated in latest version 4.5. Couple new very useful features are here: a new wall grid mode, corner mode, new layer system. Wall grid mode helps a lot with placing windows on the walls precisely and quickly. So we just set the grid and precisely set the window position and size on the wall. And when we enable layer system, we can create more combinations of windows. So in this case we will use in first layer this frame, window frame, and in second layer, which I'm enabling now, we will use window object which is inside this frame. As you can see, now it is complete window, and now I will fix the position or dimension of this window with these OpenGL buttons here, fix, and I will switch shape instances from polygons to instances, so this window will be created as an instance, not as a polygons, so we can change it later. So now just place windows on the wall. Now as you can see, it goes very quickly. Also from second side. Now when we have base wall with windows and a ceiling, we can use vector clone and create more levels of this building. Let's say 3 levels. I will delete the ceiling on the top of the building and add new one with a floor tool, and we will set the offset 300 millimeters for this top ceiling. Because of the roof, there must be some offset from the wall. And I will also change the default surface of the wall, so I will select it first and change it to stack of frame, so it will have this yellow, nice yellow color. And I will also add here some additional wall in the base. So here in entrance area, okay, so it must go from this corner of the building to this corner of the building. Okay, not to this corner of the building. Okay, now it's correct. And continuing with additional windows. Here in entrance area, on this first floor and the second floor, I want to add now big French windows with in single frame four divisions of these windows. So I'll show you a little trick how to do it. With the window tool, I will now disable layers, so we will be using only single layer, single object, and I will use this simple door frame first. So I will drill a hole into wall and put this frame. Same for first floor. Okay, so we have these frames done, and now I need to disable drill mode because we will be adding the inside parts and the hole is already drilled in the wall. So disable drill, and I will use let's say this window. And now very important is to click on the remaining piece of the wall here to know the tool must know where is actual wall. So clicking here, the wall is grid is calculated according to this remaining wall, and we can place these windows. So as you can see, it is very useful to have these windows and doors separated as separate objects. So then you can create mixes of windows and doors with different techniques. Without wall grid, this would be a real pain to create. So now we have these big French windows done, and we can continue with finishing this building with adding some doors. So in this entrance area I will use just open a door frame. Just three doors here, and inside as an entrance to the building I will add also second layer with actual real door. So let's say this one. Okay, now fix it. Okay, this will be a little larger. And now when we have all these windows and doors created as shape library instances, we can edit them and play with them a little bit. So each instance can be selected by mouse, or we can open polygon statistic panel, and each instance name is identical with its part name, so we can select them with part names. So let's say I will select these window frames, and then using instance manager we can replace these selected instances to different type. So very easy way how to quickly select, let's say now these windows. I can unselect some of them, and again with instance manager we can change into different type. The instance manager is useful not only for replacement, but it works also as a rotation. So we can rotate, you can flip horizontal and vertical. So in this particular case for these doors it's useful to flip these doors from right-handed to left-handed. And now when we are done with changes we can freeze all these instances into polygons, but it is very smart to back up this layer with instances before we freeze it into polygons. So when we are done, just use freezed instances. In this case we need to do it twice because inside these doors and there are some handles included as instances, so we need to freeze it one more time to freeze all of these handles. And now we are done. All Windows doors are polygons. In the next step I'll show you how to use engraver tool to add some details on buildings. So we need to first select some quad polygons or loops of quad polygons. So in selection tab with help of select loop command from Lightwave we can select these polygons around the building, and now on this quad polygon just use the engraver tool and offset it. We will rotate it twice to get proper position, and we can switch between several shapes from library. I will use this second, and it's done. The building is almost completed, as you see. Only missing part is the roof. So having this object in background viewport, we can use roofing tools to finish the roof. So using rectangle roof, clicking into top viewport, and in numeric panel of the rectangle roof I will set 30 degrees slope of the roof, and using hipped type of the roof. Now set proper alignment and we can draw in top viewport. So this will be first part, second part. And last one. Here, switch alignment from left to right. And the roof is done. As you can see, very easy process. Just 3 usage of rectangular roof tool and we have complete roof. And finally, when we have a roof created, we need to separate the roof into a single layer and we can apply shingles on it. Shingles tool generates a lot of polygons, so you have to be careful how to use it and how big roof you are using it on. So activating shingles and clicking into top viewport. And now shingles are generated. We can switch between several presets here, but I think most beautiful is here Roman. You can also create your own presets if you have shingles. So now complete building is created, and as you have seen it, it was a very easy process. If you have proper shapes, already created some presets, you can very quickly generate insanely complicated buildings with heavy details in a very short time. In the next step, we will finish the yard around the building. So setting our boundaries into primary layer as a top layer in a top viewport, and having the building in the background layer, we can start drawing. LwCad has full set of tools for the 2D drawing, so you can do it pretty quickly. Starting with a line tool, here from this corner of the building, we will create some road. Also here from second corner of the building. And here in the middle of the road on the yard, we can create some circle. So let's say it will be radius of 6 meters. And here in front of the yard on this street, we can create some road, piece of the road. Okay, it will be curved, and continuing with offset tool. With offset tool, we can simply offset curves in the viewport in the scene. So here I will offset this road with 8 meters offset, and also this circle inside. So let's say it will be -3 meter offset here, and we can offset also this sidewalk here to 1.6 meter. Okay, I will delete this line here, and as a next I will use the trim tool and delete or cut the curved pieces we don't want to have here. So very quickly you can delete pieces of curves which overlaps and we don't want to have them. Okay, so floor plan is almost finished. Now just use mass around on these curves. So we will create some rounded corners. On this selected curve, I need to join it into single curve, and now use mass round only on this selected curve. So with mass round we can easily round these corners. Okay, so now when we are done with curves, we can go to CAD for primitives, and here with curve to poly tool, which convert all these curves into polygons, we can finish the yard. Okay, after polygons are created, it is very useful to add some surfaces with different colors, so we can distinguish between specific areas. So these 3 polygons will be defined as a grass, and this one big polygon will be a road surface for now with dark gray. And when we have created road as a single polygon, we can very easily create 3D curve on it. Just select this polygon, road polygon, and apply mass offset tool on this polygon, and we can select individual handle on the edge of the polygon. With holding shift key we can select, unselect. With clicking to viewport we can select all at once, and then with holding shift key we can unselect these which we don't want to offset. So I will unselect these on the road and around the house, and now just dragging mouse we can offset these edges of the polygon. And in numeric panel I will set precisely 100mm offset and drop the tool. So now we have curved polygons, but we need to select them again. So I will use select just 2 on the start, and the rest will be selected with select loop. It's a very useful command from Lightwave. Also here these on the circle, and once we have curved polygons selected, we can apply mass extrude tool on these. As you can see, very easy, and set also 10 centimeters offset or extrude. And now we have completed the ground with the road and with curb on the road. And finally we add some fans around the building. With using fans, which is updated in latest version, we can very quickly create fans with very high detail. So I will be using this default fans preset, which has a couple of fans types and a small gate. I will just add one more fans type and change it into big gate. Let's say this, and we can start drawing. Each next segment which we create is created from currently active item from this list. So I will click on these solid concrete fans first, and we can start drawing using also step snapping. And as you can see, very easy way. Now I've switched to different fans type, and each next segment is created from this fans type. Now I will disable snapping because I want to align the gate directly to the road. And now I'll switch to gate. Okay, gate will be, you can check also perspective viewport. Gate will be, let's say, that long, and next to the gate I will add this smaller gate for pedestrians. And next we can continue again with snapping and back to this fans type. Okay, so I will do some more fences of this type. We can switch also to different, let's say these. Okay, and I'm on the end, and oh, I'm past the end. Okay, here is the end, and the rest will be quite the same, so I will do it fast. And on the end I will close the chain of the fence with numeric panel. And as you can see, this is quite a huge fence, so in case we want to change some parts afterward, I will switch it to instances. So now I will drop the tool. Even after we already dropped the tool, because we created this object as an instance, so we can select some instances and change them to different. So now I will change all these front fences into, let's say, this, and I will also change this small gate to be same as this main gate. And now I will freeze this into polygons. And polygonal model is now completed.